Today I'm going to get the bottom of the boat fitted on. I just got to take care of a few edges and we'll get those sheets on the bottom. The hull is all sanded up, ready to apply the bottom. The first piece I'm going to put on is the bow piece, and I'm going to make a pattern of half of this, and then I'm going to use that pattern to flip over, because whatever one side is, the other side should be, or will be. So I have some material ripped up that's 2 feet by 8 feet, and you could use anything for that: cardboard, some paper, wrapping paper, any kind of Tyvek, whatever you want to use. You could use a sheet of 1/4 inch Lawn or some kind of material. This just happens to be some scrap that I got, which is like plastic, cardboard. So I'm just going to center this up on the bow stem. Put a tack in it. Now I'm just going to trace this shape of the boat. Then I'm going to get my razor knife out and cut that piece of plastic and use that as a pattern on my plywood. I got my template laid out. As you can see, I left a little bit extra on one side here, just to be safe. I don't need to be that close. I'm gonna fit it up anyway. This front's gonna need a bevel back also. But I think I'll go give it a try now. What I got going on here, I just put this little stick on here to keep this sheet from sliding forward as I raised it up. I used this packing tube that a fishing rod came in, and just rolled that in. That's keeping this nice and flat. And then I'll go ahead and bend it. I guess you could do it either way, but this way you know everything lines up properly. Your bow is right where you want it to be. It's easier to work backwards. Let me guess on a screw here. That's a 2-inch number 12 stainless. After I screwed the bow down, I came to the back of the sheet here, and I was able to move it left or right to keep it parallel with the transom. Now that it's parallel, I'm going to go ahead and fasten the sheet from the bow to the stern. So I used that template, but I gave a little extra on that. So that's why I have this overhang on both sides, but that's fine. This little stick I have with the notch out of it, I use that to determine where the real side of the boat is. Drop that on that. So what that's going to give me outside of the boat so now I can know where to put my screws in, because I want to pre-drill all these screws, and if I get too much, I'll trim it off also. This extra, I'll trim it off with a circular saw. If it's a little closer, I could have set this back a little more, and I would have been closer to my template. I could have been right on if I wanted to, but I don't mind cutting it twice. At least it'll be accurate. So now I'm going to figure out where this 1 3/4 screws are going to go into my chine, and I can drill all those holes. Okay, we're down here at the transom now, trying to get the location of where I want to put this 1 3/4 bottom screw. I want that to come about in the middle of this chine at the same angle that the chine is at, so I'll stay about in the center of it. If I went square down, I have a chance of coming through the side of it. So I want to come at this angle. I want to be right about there. That just happens to be about 3/4 back. So that's where I'm going to drill my holes, 3/4 back from this outside edge. Okay, where I put these screws, I'm going to put them right in between. I put these screws 6 inches on center. And I'm just going to put these ones right in between, so I don't even have to measure them. I'm just going to put a screw there. And I have my little 3/4 block taped on there. Cut this rear sheet to the pencil line I put on there. Just a little bit of an overhang that I'll sand off or plane off later. Just got to finish pre-drilling all these screws. I'm at the transom. I just want to pre-drill some screws here also. So I'm marking those. I have 8 screws across the back. I just made sure that I didn't put a screw in the center, because that's where I usually put the petcock to drain the boat. Alright, I want to plane this off. I'm going to use a power plane to that black marker line. I went ahead and planed and sanded all the outside edges of the bottom and the sides. Now I'm going to take this bottom sheet, pop it up, put some glue under it, and put all the screws in it. We'll take care of all that and fiberglass on the bottom in the next video. Thanks for watching.